this is about the history. Now, side by side, I was also telling the ideas how Baba was clarifying about basic ideas about Samaj. So, already certain points I have told. So, your that part of question, that how Samaj is universal. Baba was very careful about that aspect, though in the beginning he did not specify so much, but in that period, Baba's certain time, Baba would give more and more clarification about that. Baba would clarify that for why this Samaj movement, the activities, he was also justifying the things verbally and also in writing through his discourses. Different aspects, that particularly Samaj, through Samaj, Baba later on gave the idea of, decentralization of economy. So, how decentralized and economic democracy. Baba, proud side Baba already was giving, did not give it first. So, just before that, Baba gave those aspects. But what will be the practical application of that? How economic democracy will be achieved? How decentralization will be done? Then Baba declared socio-economic units. Samaj would be first socio-economic unit aspect was not very much clear. Baba very clearly specified that each Samaj would be socio-economic unit. Not necessarily that they will have a separate state. They will be a separate state. They may not be a state. As for example, Baba told in Bihar, there are 5 Samaj, so socio-economic units. So, the socio-economic units, economic matters, they will be totally self-sufficient. Self-sufficiency, Baba's main idea about before that Baba created, and that self-sufficiency will come through locally, through Samajas. Each Samaja will be self-sufficient economically, because they are utilizing the local resources. It is not going outside. Not only that, money the outsiders were taking out, even the resources. So, those will be utilized locally. So, then it will ensure full employment, and how agro and agrico industries will be done in villages, and how will be industry based on local resources, most of the industries, and there will be full employment automatically ensured. So, in this way, different Samaj will attain self-sufficiency, I mean economic self-sufficiency. So, that is the main target, not the political statehood. When Baba explained this thing that created that background, then Baba gave the idea of Prautis Sarva Samaj Samiti. Because question was coming in Margi's mind, though they were accepting Prout. In the beginning, I tell you very frankly, Prabhakarji, he knows also very well, very prominent Ananda Margis, they could not digest, even some workers, this aspect, this concept, that economic self-sufficiency, all this aspect they could not digest. Why Samaj? So, we are creating divisions in society. Some are feeling, even some workers I know, I must not tell their names. Baba was knowing this, the questions were coming. So, then Baba was giving inputs. Then Baba started telling about Prautis Sarva Samaj Samiti. That then Baba clarified in one discourse, regional approach, while
universal
universal brotherhood or outlook, but regional approach. Regional means here socio-economic unit wise. So, this should be the 2 aspects of economic development. So, then that is why to justify this thing Baba gave the idea or started practically, still I was Samaj secretary, that idea that Prautis universal, Prautis Sarva Samaj Samiti. So, Baba clarified that how each Samaj in different states will be one state level Sarva Samaj Samiti. Sarva Samaj, I mean all Samaj combinedly will form that, and then in entire India. Understand? Then Baba was clarifying that aspect, regional approach while having universal outlook. Goal is universal, brotherhood and universal human society, but approach would be regional. That is why Baba justified, and then Baba practically Baba was showing that how different Sarva Samaj Samiti started and Baba started making in Eastern India, different Samaj, then first area wise, then entered India, Sarva Samaj. Then for giving example, under Sarva Samaj, Baba made the differentiation, relationship clear between Sarva Samaj, Samaj and Proud. Understand? With Proud, Baba, before that time, already little before Baba, in the beginning almost, Baba clarified the relationship between Proud and Samaj, that Samaj will not do things independently. There will be one SR. Baba started creating one post, whole-timer post, SR, Samaj Rector. I think you have heard about this, Samaj Rector. So Samaj Rector would be a WT. Naturally, while he will do Samaj activities, he will be in civil dress. So all these things should not go in the public, very, very, very careful, only for amongst ourselves, You understand what I mean? Be very particular. So only those things which are very, should go, you understand very well, those should go. So, SR. So SR would be Proudest Universal Worker at the same time. So through that, Baba made the constitution of each Samaj like that, starting it from AB, Amra Bangali, all these things were there. But when this Sarva Samaj Samiti, Baba, in order to create example, how they will function, Baba told that it will be totally, the Sarva Samaj Samiti would be totally a non-political platform of all Samaj for very limited activities. Limited activities means that time to time they will organize combined rallies to show that Samaj, the first word in Sarva Samaj is Proudest. So they are Proudest Sarva Samaj. They are not any, diffuse type of things. So far as Proud is concerned, all Samajas are same. So we are not creating Samajas, are not creating divisions. First thing Baba clarified through Sarva Samaj Samiti. And then Baba, in order to actualize it and materialize it, Baba gave the programs. I was Samaj Secretary, I remember that. First in Kolkata, Baba called area level Sarva Samaj Samiti rally. Or even it was all India level. From India also, other than areas, certain Samajas are there. So they also came, but mostly from Eastern India. Because through Bengal, then Tripura, then Bihar, then Eastern India, 4-5 states, they became more active in Samaj and masses started coming. So that is how this first rally was very successful. First rally was very successful in Kolkata. I was allowed by Baba to go in civil dress to see in my own eyes. That time Baba made the system. Baba was so serious that I had to remain with him in MG quarter almost, not almost, actually 24 hours. I could not come in Tijela. Tijela was gradually built up. So I could not be allowed because I remember 6 times or 7 times Samaj report. After different hours, Baba would take Samaj report on different items from me. And I have to keep arrangement to bring those reports. So I remember that Baba allowed me to personally see all instructions, how it is being done, according to Baba's idea, how the Sarva Samaj Samiti flag, Proudest Sarva Samaj Samiti flag, will be, a banner would be in the beginning, So people did not first understand. Samaj, some people were conversant, but what is Sarva Samaj? So then, in those rallies, it would be explained very clearly And Baba would give that training to the Samaj workers, and particularly those speakers. Some speakers were also created from different trades, particularly from Eros trade. Maximum LFTs would be in Eros in schools. In Bengal, there are maximum, still now, maximum schools, and so many very experienced, knowledgeable, and dynamic LFT workers. Baba took almost 40 from Eros LFTs from the schools by replacing them with new LFTs and gave them in Samaj when I was Samaj secretary. So that is how Samaj movement intensified, because human resources are main thing. So the Baba made the system, that LFT system, except SR there would be no WT in Samaj, but LFTs would be in maximum. And LFTs are half worker during Baba's time, so they are so dedicated, they are giving almost full times. And they were young, dynamic, and fully knowledgeable, and those. So that is how things took the shape. So Baba trained them that in the Samaj, Sarva Samaj, Pravatist Sarva Samaj rally, particularly this thing would be clarified. Baba those things gave in writing also later on, that what is the Samaj idea and how Samaj is not creating divisions, because it is regional approach, Proud's approach, it is regional approach, but universal humanity is a target. So keeping that in view, in Proud also this universal aspect is there. That is why Proudist Universal, very name of organization Baba gave the Proudist Universal. So that is the goal. But to achieve that goal, the practical way is to go in this regional way, through creating or making stronger and stronger different socio-economic units, making them self-sufficient economically,